Hello and welcome to my shop, such as it is. As you might be able to see from the big pile of wood here, the shop's undergoing a facelift right now. Hopefully I'll have that done this weekend. But anyway, I thought I would do a quick deck box recap video, or wrap-up video, not a recap video. I didn't show finishing the other boxes I was working on because it was just sanding and spraying lacquer, which really does not make for exciting television. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about this. Is the design I'm going with. These are the same design as the ones I was making, although I made this one earlier, and it's got a variety of imperfections in it. So this is going to be kind of a showpiece. I'm going to work on another thing where I do I don't know what you call it, route a little low area in here and epoxy cards in the front. And I'm also going to work on using UV resin to do like monograms or something. So this will be kind of like a showcase piece. Overall, I'm very, very happy with the design. I'm mostly happy with the build process. I ran into 3 choke points time-wise on the build process. I took it as I was going one step at a time. I was kind of noting how long it took me to do each part. And so that's where we're at. So most of it, excellent. 3 choke points. 1, sanding. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. Making sure I've got the cleanest cuts possible will reduce the amount of sanding I have to do. But other than that, you got to get a good finish. You have to do good surface prep if you're going to get a good finish. So there's only so much I can do there. The other choke point was cutting this thin piece here, this 1/8 piece here, to fit in those slide grooves right there. Cutting that was time-consuming and inaccurate. 2 possible ways I can address that. One is by changing the design so the lid is hinged instead of sliding. That brings its own challenges. Alternately, I can just buy some material because I don't want to use just plywood. I want to use the wood that the box is made out of. But I can buy 1 inch thick sheets of this stuff and just cut them to size and glue them on and slop them in. And I think time versus cost, I think that's going to be my best solution. The third choke point was fitting these bottom pieces in here. I didn't want to just glue them onto the bottom because I didn't want to see that edge grain running around here. I like this being flush. But it's fiddly getting those to fit exactly right. So there's no gaps. You can see there's kind of a big gap line on that one, but not so much on those ones. And I kind of want it like that all the way around. But it occurred to me, I'm putting these chamfers on anyway. So if I just glue a full square onto the bottom and then chamfer the full depth of that square, I'll essentially end up with this same look that I have here already. And that'll reduce a shitload of work time trying to get these to fit. So I think I'm going to do that on the next ones I build. I'm going to do that. And I think that really will address all of the choke points I've got. I've got this down to about an hour if I'm batching them, at least 5 at a batch. Hour is an acceptable amount of time to me, and I'm pretty sure I can get it even lower than that. So I'm very happy with where that's at. The next thing I'm doing is I'm working on the next model of the deck box. This one's going to be made out of oak, and I'm going to call it the Iron Sides. The idea behind this one is I wanted to make a box that was super sturdy and strong, because someone mentioned they really liked the look of the other ones, but they wouldn't get it because they'd be afraid to just toss it in their backpack with their other decks. And I was thinking, let's make something really sturdy and strong. So I've got a couple of prototypes I've been working on. It's going to be the same basic design like this as the other deck boxes, only heavier, made of oak. I'm going to leave these pieces here proud and put these nails in them because I think that just looks tough, looks strong. The lid is going to be hinged As you can see, both of these are. I'm pretty sure I have to go with this style of hinge. I was thinking I could just run a pin in there and hinge it like that, but that hasn't been working well, and it also creates an obstruction in there for getting your deck out. So the lid really needs to be hinged all the way to the back, which I did on this one, which is what I think I'm going to have to go with going forward. Just hinged all the way on the back like that. So I'm still sorting out the details. These are both oak. I think I'm going to do the next bit of prototyping out of plywood instead of the oak, because neither of these is really right, and I don't want to waste any more hardwood doing things wrong. And I'm also going to work on a box called the Basic, which is going to be a simpler version of like the Posh, which is these ones. So we're going to have a Basic, we're going to have the Posh, we're going to have the Ironsides, and then we're going to have the Sylvan, which is going to be the really upscale, fancy, exclusive, what's the word, elegant deck box that I'm going to make, that I'll show you when I have a prototype that I'm happy to show off. Anyway, that's where we're at with that. I'm going to get on with my remodeling, and I'll see you in the next video.